Welcome back. I hate the way I look, how to commit to a diet. See if you can relate to this question. I hate myself every time I look in the mirror, but I can't commit to healthy weight loss. I have a tendency to starve myself for a month, eat normal, then go back to old habits. I used to eat 500 calories per day. This slowly went to 1200, then stopped tracking. Any advice? My biggest advice for this is if you want to change your body, do it because you love it, not because you hate it. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. Welcome. My name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance, where I build adaptive business leaders through compassionate health coaching. The guilt free game plan is the most compassionate way to build your self control without all or nothing crash diets. And that's what I'm promoting on this channel. So, here, vision, focus, and practice. These are the 3 parts of the guilt free framework, the process that you need to lead the healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams and make sustainable changes. Now, a top note when you're talking about eating 500 calories a day, this is how unconsidered diets may be or could lead to eating disorders. So if you have a pattern of this, you should talk to your doctor to learn more or make sure you have support from a healthcare professional. All right. But beyond that, sometimes it's just an unconsidered habit that you don't know what you're doing. So you're trying random things that you've heard online. And then that's when you start to run into trouble. So you got to be careful here and look out. You don't have to commit to an all or nothing approach for weight loss in order to lose weight, right? What we want to do is commit to recognizing that your body helps you do everything and you need it to live. Click like if that's something you can relate to. When you are trying to lose weight or change your body or change how it looks, you have to consider that this is the body that carries you through your life on earth and everything you do. Like if you were just watching YouTube right now, you need parts of your body and able to do that. Or if you're just listening and doing other things, right? You need your body, your heart to be beating. You have to have all kinds of things going really well in order to do that. And then to do that, you have to feed your body enough energy and nutrients so it can support that. So keep that in mind when you're talking about changing your health and your health habits. And then what I also like to say is instead of hating your body, treat it like your best friend. And the question that comes from that is would you starve your best friend? Would you only give your friend 500 calories per day? Probably not. Hopefully not. Hopefully you're a better friend to your other people like that. And then hopefully you'll be able to treat yourself with more compassion and consideration for your own needs. Now, what we want to do is look at how you use realistic focus and what specifically do you want to be different. If you hate your body or if there's something that you want to change, what exactly is that? And you want to be specific enough to track the correct things. So when you are just guessing that 500 calories per day is the best way to do it, you're probably trying to create extreme calorie deficit. But what is the goal? What is the outcome? Because what that can do, that can cause you to feel really bad about yourself. That cause you to be really hungry, really cranky immediately. And then you could also wonder why you can't commit to your diet when it's just unsustainable, unrealistic, and it doesn't even support what you're trying to do. Right? If you need energy to do other things, like you go to school, or if you go to work, or if you just want to go outside, you need energy in order to do that. So cutting back all the energy is not a great idea and is not going to be fulfilling for you. You're going to feel bad, right? What we want to do is look at what you really want to track and what that looks like for you. So 500 calories per day is not enough and it's potentially harmful. And then 1200 calories per day is what you will usually get if you use an app that you don't know what you're doing. It'll just give you like the lowest possible number and it'll be 1200 calories. And that's not enough for most people in order to be sustainable. So people imagine they want to lose weight as fast as possible and they end up cutting back a ton of calories. What we want to do is look at what is a reasonable rate of change. A lot of people, a rule of thumb, a quick guideline is losing 1 to 2 pounds per week. If you lose 1 pound per week, you're usually getting an average of 500 calories less than your maintenance calorie per day. So that is a pretty significant change for most people, but people will try to like cut out calories or just do something a little bit outlandish and that won't work. And then they will quit and feel bad and wonder what's wrong with them when it's really just that they've chosen an unrealistic target for their rate of change. All right. Another thing to consider when you're talking about 500 calories less than your maintenance per day is you might already be eating more than your maintenance calories. So if you just jump to 1200, but you were eating 2400, then you're cutting your calories in half versus just reducing it by 500. And that is a dramatic change that can leave you feeling extra hungry. So that is something that you wouldn't want to do. I have a video on this already. Warning, are you about to start a low calorie diet? I'll put that up in the cards over here and then in the description below so you can understand what a total daily energy expenditure is, maintenance calories, basal metabolic rate, and you can come up with the baseline for your calorie targets in a way that's realistic and sustainable. So I'll break that down for you really well in that video. However, you don't have to count calories to lose weight. Most people can just increase their fiber through fruits and veggies per day because a lot of times people are not getting enough fiber in general. So, what happens in high fiber foods, there's more fiber in it, and there are no calories in fiber or water. So, if you increase those, you will be able to eat more food without increasing the amount of calories that you get by too much. A lot of times, people, when they don't have enough fiber in their diet, they feel hungrier and then they are usually eating foods that are lower in fiber and more calorie dense. So it's like a double negative if you're not getting enough fiber, but it can be extra positive for your health changes if you eat more fiber. And that's not just in terms of calories, but the nutrients that are in high fiber foods like fruits and vegetables are super for your health. And you need those. So it's a good idea to make sure you're getting enough fruits and vegetables per day, aiming for 5 or more per day, right? Next, practice. What we want to do is consider what you're able to do that you can keep up without quitting. Because if you stop, you're going to return to your old habits and get your previous results. Like this person said, they start at 500 calories per day, then they go over to 1200, and then they just stopped altogether. And then they were just eating whatever. Again, like that is not going to help you reach the goals and make the changes that you want to get in terms of your health or your confidence or your energy levels or the clothes you want to buy or whatever reason that you felt you wanted to lose that weight. If you just stop paying attention to what you're eating, you give up, you feel discouraged, all that does is just makes you feel bad about yourself. And then it feels like you can't make the changes that you want for yourself. So keep that in mind and make sure you pick realistic targets and then practice sustainably. And how you do that, how you can judge that is what feels good. Building that awareness and feedback so you know what works for you is a really good way to stay in practice instead of giving up altogether. So back to this. If you want to change your body, do it because you love it, not because you hate it. Doing things because you hate how your body looks and how it feels makes it more difficult to make those changes because you feel like you don't deserve the changes that you want or you're not good enough for it. And so you're like punishing yourself in order to try to make the changes. Instead, when you look at your body as your best friend, your ultimate companion that's always with you, then you can feel better about what you're doing, the changes you're making, and that's encouraging you to stay locked in on those and make adjustments so you can make the changes that you want, especially if it's aligned with what the healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams looks like. So I talk about this a lot on the channel. Click subscribe. You can book a call below to talk about how we can help you if you're having a hard time setting calorie targets or understanding healthy eating or how your health supports your life. I'll be glad to help you with that. All right. And then next, you can watch Wondering If You Need a Health Coach. What does a health coach do? I'll put that right here. So that's today's message. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, keep practicing. Peace.